I don't know what it is. I know the game is borderline garbage, but I just can't get enough of it. What's happening, party people? Welcome to Punchboard Party. My name is Daniel, and Tammy asked me about the board games on my shelf and what makes them keepers. And so this is Dune Imperium and 4 other board games that are never leaving my collection. I think I have a strange way of ranking board games. I know that there are board games that I really love for this reason or another, but then there's also games that I think are objectively excellent and amazing games and better than the games that I love more than them personally. I recognize that objectively, mechanically, and technically, these games are just the best.
The best, Jerry, the best.
I'm thinking about games like Everdell, Wingspan, Castles of Burgundy, Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Dune Imperium just so happens to be a perfect game that I also love. Every card purchased and every worker placed is just amazing. This game is as smooth as butter.
Smooth like butter.
And keeps the focus on all the tense decisions. Now, Terra Mystica is another game that I might put on that perfect games list I just mentioned, but this sucker is big and heavy and hard to get to the table. So yes, it is never leaving my collection because it's good, but also because, you know, memories. I was pretty fresh in the hobby and Sarah just got me Terra Mystica for Christmas and all I wanted to do was play this game. My buddy and I, John, went to this party and there was probably about 10 people there and they were playing Chupacabra and other dice games like this. And before you knew it, I had people in pairs of 2 playing a full 5-player game of Terra Mystica. We played a full round of it and it came to a point where I knew we couldn't go any further, so I just stopped the madness. But that was a pretty proud moment for me that I was able to turn Terra Mystica into sort of a kind of party game.
Wake world, party time, excellent!
So this big boy is never leaving the collection. I've always had an aversion to games that everybody seems to like. I guess I'm kind of a hipster that way.
Not a hipster.
Jamaica was one of the first games that I discovered on my own by watching YouTube and that kind of thing. And the Dice Tower guys were all about Jamaica and they kept on saying things like, nobody's playing this, I don't know why. And so that drew me to it immediately. Ever since that moment, Jamaica replaced Ticket to Ride for me as my gateway game of choice, where no matter what, whenever I'm trying to get someone into the hobby, I'm pulling out Jamaica. If I had a nickel for every time I said, hey, have you played Jamaica?
I'd be rich.
Shadows over Camelot is a bit of a grail game at this point.
You have chosen wisely.
So that's one reason I'm not getting rid of it. It's also one of the only co-op games that I will agree to play without any hesitation. I just love the puzzly feel of it, and I also love that even though it's co-op, it kind of feels like you're on your own, especially until the traitor is figured out and revealed. Just great vibes from this game. The number one reason this is staying in the collection though is because of the boys, especially Owen. He loves playing with the minis in this game. If I ever got rid of Shadows over Camelot, he would be crushed. And I don't want to do that. This one should surprise you. Atelier is not a very good game. It has a lot of balance issues with the card abilities that you acquire throughout this game, and bad die rolls just really handcuff you throughout the entirety of this game. But there's just something about rolling dice to see what actions you have available to you on a turn, choosing 1, 2, or all of your dice to do actions on a turn, or reserving some for when it comes back around to you, re-rolling the remaining dice, and hoping that you get the actions that you need again. That's just fun. And even though those card abilities are wild, they're also just fun too. Here's a secret. I've tried to get rid of this game a bunch of times already and nobody wants it. And then every time I play it again, I'm so relieved that I'd never gotten rid of it. So this one is staying now and forever. So there you have it, party people. Those are 5 board games that are never leaving my collection. Once I get my Calyx downstairs set up with all my games, I'll do a bit more of a collection tour. But until then, let me know down below what board games are never leaving your collection. And if you are enjoying my content, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, party people, have the best day.